Me and WY in the building, episode 70. This is a live recording. Thank you for joining us tonight exclusively on Twitch. Don't know what's going on with the YouTube stream, but unfortunately we're not able to get it going. But thank you to those that are joining us tonight on Twitch. And thank you for watching and posts. We appreciate you. Matty B, WY, episode 70. Gonna be talking about Dianna, Russini, Mike Vrabel. Talking a little Hantavirus that's spreading. It's a major concern. Here we go. It's another pandemic. Now, I don't want to spread fear, but it sure as hell looks like we may be headed into another potential crisis. Philadelphia in a crisis of their own. Down here in Game 3 as the Knicks lead the series 2-0. Even without OG, they've been dominant tonight. They're looking a little shaky there in the first. Philadelphia was controlling the way. But Mikal Bridges and everybody else, man, Karl-Anthony Towns has been phenomenal again. Brunson, this team is just amazing. It's a good thing to see. So we're going to break it all down. We're going to get into it. Again, thank you for joining us if you're with us live now. All right. And as always, keep showing up.
Wake up! You can't remember where it was! Has this dream stopped?
Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio.
Friday night Epis.
Matty B. On Epis Sports Radio.
Oh, we're back.
Deep right center. That ball is high.
The game's all here.
Very deep is right. Hits one deep to left field. Headley back near the wall. It's out of here. And that's with the ball game.
We got a lot of our rules left.
Rest in peace, John Sterling, man. Jeez.
Decker holds it in. The Jets win in overtime.
Indeed. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matty B, Epis Sports Radio from Epis Radio Entertainment. Got my boy WY with me as usual for episode 70. All right, this is a live recording. Thank you for joining us exclusively on Twitch tonight. Lot to talk about while all that's going on. We got Game 3 happening as we speak, as we record live to you. Knicks holding their own. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But the big topic of today is Dianna, Russini, Mike Vrabel. I can't ignore it. You can't. You didn't want to ignore it either. You told me you had to bring it up. We had to talk about it. It's kind of a story that's annoyed the hell out of me, honestly, personally. So I'll let W talk about it first. But so I do have a lot to say about it, but it's like national news at this point. Yeah, I mean, how could we not talk about it? Everybody's talking about it.
Everyone knows about it.
I'm not necessarily sure why everybody cares so much. So maybe you can enlighten me, my friend, because me personally, I'd kick it to the side, but so why don't you kick it off?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons people care about it. Besides the juiciness and the page 6-ness of it. I mean, it's a relationship. It's an affair. It's between a NFL coach and a popular female reporter, sports reporter. Dianna Russini, she does a lot of beat writing. I believe she was Well, she was working for the Athletic last, right, Maddie?
Yeah, she recently resigned from the Athletic after I think it was like a week after this whole scandal and situation
For a
came out.
while.
She was with ESPN for a long time. Yeah, she's been an NFL insider. So she does a lot of stuff for sure. Dianna Russini's been around a long time, as well as Mike Vrabel. What we know about this relationship, or what we're finding out, is again. They initially had denied the allegations that there was any relations.
There's a lot of lying.
There was initial photos about them being on some sort of vacation. They were seen on a boat. There's more recent footage with Russini being visibly pregnant and Vrabel as well hanging out, in what looks to be in vacation-like mode. I could, play that for you guys in a second.
What are you talking about? When she's just now, the one that just came out today?
Yeah, the most recent video. Yeah, that was released by I got it from TMZ, but
Right. That was in Tennessee years ago, right?
yes, again, all of this takes place years ago at this point, so we now know like they've had relations. Again, my whole thing, Dub.
Right.
I personally, like, who cares? The reason why this is headline news is because, for one, they lied initially, right? Like, that's just it. If they didn't lie and just said, listen, yes, marital affairs, the whole nine, like, please respect our privacy. All right, cool, we move on. It's really not a story.
I agree, man.
It just turned into this whole big thing because they were so, well, not to Vrabel's credit, not him. He kind of took a play out of Belichick's game and, was just, on to Cincinnati type thing. Like, it just, it was very corporate. In her response, and I could read that, it was, straight up denying the allegations. She's saying that it was just, some sort of like a friend's trip, whatever, like she was and getting like pissed about it, like a little bit, like it's very defensive in nature. Yeah. And that's kind of what, it just blew up. It just became a thing. They called her out, and
and it's an opportunity to go after her,
right?
Then to about internet trolls and all that. To be honest, we don't even know what the details of their relationship is, or the relationships with their spouse, their spouses, their respective spouses. I mean, with all due respect, Miss Russini, her husband could be a cuckold or something. He might like that shit. No, seriously.
I mean, you're absolutely right. We don't know. You're absolutely. But the way there's far to your defense of that. There's far too many situations and like audio clips now that have come out like her like bad talking her husband. So it just it doesn't even seem like she enjoys her relationship. Yeah.
So if,
I don't.
if
maybe
know,
what I'm saying is he might not be a cuckold by choice. You know what I mean?
If we know he doesn't enjoy the relationship, she doesn't enjoy the relationship. He definitely knows she doesn't. Or it might just some like sadomasochistic kind of thing they have. I don't know.
Maybe I can't. Listen. I don't want to start the rumors that that's going on. But
but they could have any kind of relationship, and he might be accepting of it.
No,
or
absolutely.
To be finding out now, being humiliated as well.
Yeah.
Remember just now that lady? What was her job? She was she had a federal fed job. She was banging someone in her workplace. This lady had a lot of power. I forgot her name. It might have been a Kirsten or something. She's just so much stuff happens. It's real. She just got let go. I think she was let go by the White House, I believe.
Okay.
And she was cheating on her husband, but she was also stealing money. I'm gonna get her name. I'm gonna find it before this shit is over. But she got let go, and it was found out that's what remember her husband got caught on the thing with the bra on. They got pictures of him. You didn't see this shit.
No, I didn't see it. Nah. That's all you, Pop.
No, it's not me. This is politics. This is our government.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not always tuned in, bro. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
It's like your rep getting caught doing some weird shit or running down the street in a thong.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm playing the footage, by the way, of Russini and Vrabel walking on the little boardwalk there, and she's visibly pregnant. It's around that time. So again, like there's just footage after footage that has come out between these two. Photos, audio clips of Russini talking just badly about her husband. And listen, I don't particularly care for her, but what happened is she ended up resigning from the Athletic. And honestly, I don't understand why that was necessary. To be completely
That's
honest.
the lady's name. Christy Nome.
Oh, Christy Nome. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
She was, but at the same
I'm
time,
sorry. I did hear about that. It's just it's one of those things. I don't.
yeah, you just
I
like, oh
don't.
my God.
Yeah, I don't. I don't. I don't take part
But the
in.
thing is,
It's like one of those things. Just
because we would like to think things like this don't happen all the time, but they do in the inner
Right.
working of the people who are even running the shows, whether it's the television or it's the government or it's anything that influences our lives. The people running it are not what we've seen, what we think, what they seem to be, or we would think they would be. So this is just so when things come out, they're humans, yo. Like we said, but at the same time, Sharon Moore got shit canned for having an affair. And they were gonna shit can him before he ran over to her house bugging out too.
yeah.
Sharon Moore. But Mike is gonna go through this. He's gonna wiggle through this, even though the Patriots have had so many of these situations, so to speak, over the last 2 decades or so. They're always wrapped up in scandal. I've seen quality reports where Vrabel's been very quiet and his whole vibe has changed. You could walk by him in the hallway and miss him. Before it wasn't like that. He was always energy. So we're gonna see how this affects the team going forward. More stuff is gonna come out. The reason stuff is coming out now is because people are going back on their surveillance. This I was hearing that this was like one of the worst kept secrets in Tennessee. I mean Nashville rather. When he was out in Tennessee with so I'm taking it with a grain of salt, what I've heard, but I agree with the sense that I'm definitely like to have people give their privacy because I don't like people my shit either.
Yeah.
But where it crosses the line or even blurs them is when we don't know what to believe, and then their lies just gives us more questions when we find out the truth.
Yeah.
So now, where does Dianna? Dianna has is a very charismatic, gorgeous, good-looking reporter. To me, she's a beautiful woman, middle-aged woman. She's been around. She's made friends. She's out of charisma. People like that, people want to be around them, even if they're not sexing them or they just want to hang out with people like her. That means she's built relationships all around the league. Yep. Correct?
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then, but it's obvious, Maddie B, that Mike and Dianna are fucking in love, bro. They love you. Come on, bro. You guys are together.
Yeah,
This
it looks
long.
like it.
Yeah, you're like fucking. It's not just his chicky bangs. He fucking loves that woman. Let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they've been in a long-term relationship. I don't really what's the problem? They had an affair
that girl.
respectively on both sides. Like, that's their own privacy. That's their own bullshit.
Yeah, they gotta deal with their spouses if they do whatever.
They shouldn't lose their jobs because of it or anything like that. Yeah.
She's
I
a
know.
woman, and the pressure on her probably was.
And that's
ton more than
shitty.
Mike.
And that's shitty. And I think that's
probably doesn't have the support that Mike has. They probably gave Mike a vote of confidence in Boston, in Foxborough, and like you said, it is shitty.
right. It is
But
shitty.
I think Dianna being a woman
Well,
made her have to.
I guess
give up the
she's
good
also
stuff.
pretty shitty for cheating, but and having an
Yeah.
affair and doing all that shit too. So, but again, it's maybe he should have quit too. I don't know. It just doesn't seem fair. It's weird. It's another case where the male is not gets away with it, not affected. I don't know. Yeah.
Double standards work in every form. Everyone
Yeah.
could use them to their advantage, and everyone can get fucked by them. Everyone has their pros and cons. Some people got more, some groups have more than others, but there's always double standards everywhere. And
Yeah.
what can we do? But let me tell you, this is my thing with these two. We don't know what Dianna, did Dianna affect, can she give Mike Vrabel information that would give him a competitive advantage? Is that possible? And if that's the
Of
case,
course
that's
it's
a problem.
possible.
That's
I just,
termination.
but then at that point, man, that's a deeper investigation as to where like, and no journalist could date anybody that's as part of a team or anything like that. You just can't police that. You
No,
know what
I'm
I'm
just
saying?
saying, bro.
There's got to be a vote of confidence that they don't obviously talk about that. But obviously, if they do, they have relations. Of course, they're going to talk about shit like that.
All right.
You know?
But if we're talking about compromising a game or the game, now we have to look into it. Like you said, you have to have investigation. Now it matters. That's when it matters to you and me. But that's no good.
How much influence can Dianna Russini actually
mean,
have to
they
give?
just steal a
Listen,
playbook.
they didn't win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like
went.
maybe if they won a Super Bowl, okay.
Why did Athletic let her go? Or force her to resign or whatever?
She resigned. I think she forced to resign. I don't know. Like what? Why else would the Athletic? I don't think the Athletic had anything to do with it. I think she's had a long, storied career, and she was just like, fuck the public pressure.
And if they would have told her,
excuse my
yo, we
language,
got that
but,
back, you don't gotta go nowhere, she would have still left.
Maybe they did. We don't know.
A lot of stuff we don't know with this story, huh?
Maybe they did. That's what I'm saying. Why is it word outside of just your own marital affairs, and that being in itself, obviously you're in the public spotlight, right? You're in the public spotlight, like that's
Pregnant, she was pregnant as hell.
well, you see it, right? I have it up, yeah.
She was pregnant as fuck.
It's a perfect still shot. That's what I'm saying.
Look at-
Yeah. Sham it with a 3.
Bro, I mean, Ford, man, like that could be that. Wow, like if it's the right guy, maybe, but that's pretty humiliating.
Just a quick interrupt, just an update because I don't have the scoreboard up on our stream right now. 85-76. We are about to end the third quarter. Philly inbound in the ball with 1.7 to go here. Trying to cut into that deficit. Let's see, a little inbound. Prayer 3, no good. Off the front rim, and 85-76 at the end of 3. New York controlling game 3. Still on the subject, as it's dominating the start of the show here, about Dianna Russini, Mike Vrabel. Is this going to have an impact on this NFL, team going forward for the Patriots? Are they going to struggle now because of this, or do you see them picking up where they left off last year in hopes that they could be a contender going forward, Dub? Like, where do you see this being a big issue for them? Do you see it turning into anything for Mike
think it's
Vrabel?
gonna. I mean, that's a good question, man. To be honest, like I said, the organization is used to this kind of thing, and they flourished right after stuff like this have happened. So as far as, and that's where it matters the most, is does it affect the team? And I don't see why it should. The players don't give a shit. They all do the same shit anyway.
Right.
They got girlfriends, multiple and stuff like that, and wives and kids. Does it change the trust in the organization? Robert Kraft really wanted Mike Vrabel, man. And we've seen Robert Kraft navigate around situations like this, like I said, on multiple occasions. He's a real eccentric guy, I guess you say. Kraft, man, I think they'll just move past this. But even if stuff comes out, what else can come out, right? The baby's his. That's gonna take a minute, and no one's gonna care. 2026.
I mean, at this point, you might as well expect it, right? Like, the baby probably is his. I'm not. That would be. Yeah, whatever. And right, I believe we heard the reports that his name is Michael. Okay.
Yes, the young man is named Michael.
It's not good, man. It's not a good look, no matter. And you were denying this? That's what I mean. Like, that's why it's a big thing. They were like, bitch, what are you? What? Oh man, let them live, let them be, man. I don't know. Listen, they both cheated. They're terrible people. How about that? But if Mike Vrabel goes out there and wins a Super Bowl for New England, nobody's gonna care. Oh, Dub, you muted yourself. You muted yourself, Bob.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but
yeah.
when Tiger got caught cheating on his wife, he got crucified for that, man. I don't know if it was the black man, but
Well,
he got killed for that.
It seems like Diana's taking a hit though for this one. It doesn't seem like it's
Remember
the
when
same.
Tiger's wife attacked him? Was she attacked him with an umbrella or something?
I
She attacked the car.
don't know. But,
I don't remember.
yeah.
Yo, yeah, the video. It was the digital error was there. We were in it when that happened.
Yeah.
And we didn't have social media yet, but the digital was a lot of footage of his car, and I think it was a little video of him running away from her.
Again, but like it's all well and good, but why?
He had the Ambien. He took the Ambien, and then she went to his phone.
It's all well and good, man, but like why? Is it national news? Why is it so big? Why is it big?
Why it's national news, bro?
I don't.
Just like you know why people love the NFL, the car crash. Come on.
The car.
Yeah, man. People love that shit, man.
Yeah.
And I just fuck with it after, like, it's just can't go away. If it's like, it's like, damn, bro. But like ultimately, what else could come out though one more time? Like that can at this point, like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, all right, like how long are we gonna talk about this? Like,
But
like
the personal conduct policy, I think it was very vaguely written. The NFL conduct policy.
Here's how it could get worse, and it's to your point earlier, where there's like text messages and emails that come out between the two, where there's this whole investigation,
Other teams,
and she's feeding like secret information. I don't know, something that can give some sort of leverage, whatever it is,
injuries.
Yeah, anything.
Practice, also hurt before anyone knows, days before. That matters.
Right, no doubt.
That's a competitive edge.
No doubt. Yeah. So like, if
Comes in there and tells them that the running back's got turf toe, and then they're not going to announce it till Friday, and she tells him Tuesday,
and they're already preparing for it, right? Yeah.
That's enough.
No doubt. No doubt.
She could do that.
Yeah, so like that would probably make it worse. In which case, then it would start to make a little bit more sense why she resigned. If
the Mike Jr. stuff comes out and we kind of update that, he'll just become a legendary meme. But that other side of
Jesus Christ,
when you that's gonna be something else.
Especially when he gets older. Like imagine Vrabel, winning the Super Bowl, holding a little Mike Jr.
Right. He's like 5 now. He's a big boy now. Bro. Right? She had that baby 5 years ago. He's a big boy.
Oh, he's a big boy now. That's right. Oh, jeez. Yeah. So he's not a bassinet. Yeah. By then, now he'll be talking and walking, playing his own football soon. Jesus. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but he has his own kids though, right?
Vrabel?
Yeah.
I would imagine, I'm not
You
positive.
don't know? Let me check.
Married, he's been married for years. A lot of times these athlete wives and these NFL, NBA wives, they just be on some shit like, yo, you go out there, motherfucker, just don't come back and embarrass me. A lot of them have that kind of agreement or not unspoken even. I'm not gonna be.
He has two sons with his wife,
right.
Tyler and Carter.
Right, and Mike Jr.
And Mike Jr. That's fucked up. Well, that's not an official.
Diana, that's her first baby. Yeah, her old ass. She had that baby late, old ass.
There they are one more time. Those are the recent photos and videos that have come out. I don't know, Dumb. You know, again, that's about the only thing that could make this situation worse for them too.
That
You
can
know,
easily. If they're going, bro. The text message leaks come from hackers and nerds and fucking computer guys. They're looking for it on the net. There's guys out there now that they're coming out. They're gonna get in their texts.
yeah.
You're gonna get them. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I don't know, but can they? That's what I mean. Like, you know, it's not legal. There has to be. They didn't do anything wrong. Outside of, I guess, adultery, right? I mean, but I don't know what state is this taking place in. Like, there's no way for them to investigate. What are they investigating, bro? You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about you. You're talking about the law. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, but there has to be a reason. There has to be a reason to, gain entry into their phones and things like that. You can't just gain access for no. They didn't commit crimes here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, allegedly, I guess if you're saying that Dianna has been feeding information to, but they have to have a reason. I guess is them dating. I guess that's my next question. Is them dating and doing all this, is that enough reason to investigate whether or not she has been feeding him inside information? I don't know.
Is that a good enough reason? I don't know, man.
You know what I mean?
But I think it is.
Like,
I don't
that's
think it
pretty.
should be,
That's pretty
but the way
freaking
the world
invasive,
goes-
you know.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's an invasive world, bro. When they
Yeah.
come for you, they come for you. And
I
they go smell
guess.
it. I don't know. Does it take the right person? Like with the Spygate stuff, man. Genie blew it up.
Mm.
There's usually a mole or a whistleblower.
right.
And you're talking about reasons to go in their phones, and you're talking about by the law, and I agree with that. But there's hackers out there. I really believe something's going to come out of those phones. They shouldn't be, but there's guys who can get in them shits.
Yeah.
And if you make your business to be able to get in phones, you can make hundreds and thousands of dollars just sitting at your house by disseminating other people's information to the internet, and letting and that happens. Sometimes there's stuff that leak, like how they get it, but to prove their more of their relationship, or to let the public in more of their relationship, they're very vulnerable, where people can try to people they know can try to infiltrate them, or get info. People they know who are there. Oh, I used to see them all the time here. I didn't know who the lady was, but I see Coach. I thought that was his lady or his sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could go back and look. People don't recognize Dianna Russini off rip.
Yeah, I mean, if you're within the sports world, you do. I mean, obviously working at ESPN for so long. I mean, for somebody personally who's watched ESPN for that long, I know the face, I know the person. She may not be my favorite, journalist, but definitely have known her over the years. Yeah. I will read Russini's statement. I have covered the NFL with professionalism and dedication throughout my career, and I stand behind every story I have ever published. When the page 6 item first appears, the Athletic supported me unequivocally, expressed confidence in my work, and pride in my journalism. For that, I am grateful. In the days that followed, unfortunately, commentators in various media have engaged in self-feeding speculation that is simply unmoored from the facts, Russini said in a letter sent Tuesday to Athletic executive editor Stephen Ginsburg. Moreover, the media frenzy is hurtling forward without regard for the review process the Athletic is trying to complete. It continues to escalate, fueled by repeated leaks, and I have no interest in submitting to a public inquiry that has already caused far more damage than I am willing to accept. Rather than allowing this to continue, I have decided to step aside now before my current contract expires on June 30th. I do so not because I accept the narrative that has been constructed around the episode, but because I refuse to lend it further oxygen or to let it define me or my career. There you go.
Damn,
That's Diana's.
that was before and she said it. That stuff's gonna come out. She pretty much was saying that, and she doesn't feel like dancing around it. I'm out, basically. Oh,
Hey,
it's a
Gamer
little bit
Vibes.
unfair.
I appreciate that. Thank you for stopping by the stream. I'll give him a follow, man. I'll check him out, no doubt. I'll check out the Discord too. Appreciate you.
Wow, man. It's a real fascinating story. It's a lot of different angles to it. Little nooks and crannies.
What up, Gino? How you doing, bro? Sorry, bro. I a little caught off guard there with that. Yeah, you good.
You cool, bro. You cool.
Nah, indeed. What a hell of a statement, though, from Russini, right? And I mean, she very defensive in that approach for sure. And listen, I don't know.
Like you said, you can't really blame her.
Can't really blame her. I mean, the contract was up, so it probably was a rather easier decision because her contract was coming to an end. Who knows if she even was in negotiations really to re-sign or renew with them. You don't know. Maybe she had other plans regardless. So, it could just been convenient in terms of that time for her. But, I mean, with all the video and photo evidence that's been around, I mean, kind of hard.
The comment section is tough, man, nowadays.
Yeah.
They keep flipping like that. And, even public figures, it gets heavy.
Yeah.
When that internet comes upon you, you see Melania jump out that window with the internet.
Yeah.
They've had it, Jimmy Kimmel and shit,
It's probably a lot, bro. And I mean, listen, something's going on.
I mean, listen, you know what time it is. When you're doing what you're doing, there's stuff that comes with it. Hopefully.
Very true.
So as far as the humiliation, you can't gauge that, and you can't tell the public how to react when the public knows your business. It's fucked up, regardless, because sometimes the public is mean and unfair. But so she could feel away. Of course, she's gonna feel away. Reporters don't like to get reported on, and that's one thing I've realized. Observing this game for a long time. When it's them, forget about it. It's funny. There's some footage of Chris Sims who he was alluding to their possible things going on in Tennessee, and they cut him off from speaking on it. But this is something that we'll see again, isn't it?
I'm sorry. What was the last time?
I said this is a we'll see thing again, isn't it? We're just gonna see. We're gonna find out quickly going into
what are we gonna
camp.
see? Outside of there being uncovered stuff, like this is gonna disappear once the NFL season starts.
All that stuff.
I don't think we're gonna hear much more about that.
Right.
I just think it's super hot.
Whatever she told him in person.
Yeah, you would think, by the way, that she'd be stupid to write any of that shit, like that, and that's on her. If that does come out beautiful, that's even icing on the cake. Then you do deserve actually a lot of this backlash. But again, like we know, like you're in the same bed. Of course, you're gonna say, oh yeah, so and so's not looking too good next week, honey. Like, I mean, come on, let's be real, bro. Like, we can't. I know people. Boy, I probably shouldn't say this, but I know people in my organization, that are married to HR. Like this manager's married to the HR person, but people don't know about it. Hush, hush, hush. So when you go to complain to HR about your boss, they're in the same bed at night. That's wild.
No. Yeah. That's good, man. That's inappropriate. It's terrible.
There's nothing you can do about that. That is nuts.
And I'm not saying I'm not gonna start getting, because there's been places I've been and I've known about things. I'm like, hey, listen. I didn't care because it didn't affect me. But honestly, when you talk about the letter of the law, that's no bueno.
No.
But so whatever. It lasts as long as it can.
Yeah.
But that's what that's crazy. HR and then the boss together.
That is wild, right? Isn't that crazy?
Crazy, man.
Gino, man, I seen you, man. What's going on, bro? How's everything? How we feeling about the Mets?
He is not leave it alone.
Nick's looking good. Timothy Chalamet likes it. Game 3. Nick's doing that thing, man. Listen, Dub. All right, I think I'm done with the Dianna Russini and Mike Vrabel. We did what, 40 minutes. Mets be Mets and Mets be Metsing early on, baby.
I was cashing out with Rockies Mets. Woo.
Oh, geez. Isn't Nolan McLean's on the mound tonight? No. What's what's the score right now? They're playing? Oh, 9. Oh, no, there it is. It just passed on the screen. 9:40, I think, right? There you go. So Mets a little bit later. All right, we're coming up with the Metsies soon. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the one I check out.
Jeez.
I check out.
Oh, man.
I got the early wake up, Matty B. We got Rolling Loud, Orlando, Florida. It's gonna be big tomorrow.
Why do they start so early? They do that over here when they're in Flushing too.
Yeah, well, we got.
No, but the music starts early. What time they open up?
10 a.m. I think.
That's crazy. Why are we freaking getting ravey at 10 a.m., bro?
Yo, bro.
I'm sorry. I need coffee. But
that motherfucker said ravey.
Ravey, man. That's what that Rolling Loud shit is.
It is a rave. It's
a rave, man. Rave. Yeah. They're getting wild, man.
5 stages and bottled water and other things in other kind of beverages.
The ecstasy has to wait till at least 3 p.m.
Bro, it's 95 degrees. You got to be careful with that.
Oh, oof. Yeah, Florida,
95
for sure.
degrees today, right now. Yeah, it was 95 degrees today.
That's insane. It's still cold in New York, bro. Like, it hasn't gone over 80 degrees. It went like once, since winter. And no, it's still not hit over 80. It's just been like 50, 60. I mean, I like it, but, even then, I would like a little bit hotter, Sit out in the yard, catch a little sun or something like that. It's nice for running too, shit. But yeah, man, crazy stuff. Enjoy that. It must be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be cool. We'll be making money down there.
Are you like away from all of it, or are you kind of like a part of the action?
I'm right there, bro. Yeah, I'm in the mix. I can maneuver around the facilities and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much for me. I remember when I used to work those types of events when I was doing the EMT thing with
Yeah. They're gonna come by. The ambulance guys. Everybody comes by.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna hang out and do standby. They're gonna need them. They're gonna work.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure they get a lot of action for that shit.
Yeah, at those shits. Yeah, you get a lot of action at those.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 trips.
99.86, 5:54 to go. Should I put the audio on? How we feeling? Should we go into the Hantavirus subject? I think we should go there.
Yeah.
All right.
That shit is.
So if you haven't heard,
Right.
and I'm sure you have, but just in case you haven't, all right, spreading right now. It seemingly looks like could be spreading across the world as we speak. But there was a hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship. Mm-hmm. And I'll give you the exact details of the breakdown where this ship has traveled, all that. We got a little video for you. It's not good. It's very similar.
Tell them about the virus, Maddie.
I mean, just in terms of, the mortality rate, what was it, about 46%?
Yeah.
Right? 46%. It comes from rodents. Mm-hmm. All right. And then they're, contracted into, humans. And humans can easily pass it on from one another. All right. But it comes from, any contact, whether it be aerosol contact or feces, fecal matter from rodents and all that. Apparently, it started with this couple that traveled to Argentina and they went to this landfill. Like, which is weird. Like, why are you going, to this landfill for one?
A landfill,
Yeah.
like a garbage landfill.
Yeah, like a garbage landfill. All right.
Where the couple from? They're ours. They're Americans.
No, they're not American. It's a Dutch. It was a Dutch couple, I believe. Yeah.
How the fuck end up here?
We'll break it down. Let me play the video for you. Yeah. It's crazy.
Saying out loud. Go ahead.
No, I know it's a reaction if you haven't heard all the details about it. I understand. It is kind of
Argentina
crazy.
to playing garbage.
Yeah. Mooncakes over here. She said we got 77 the other day. Conspiracy question: why hasn't anyone else done any media about wanting to go home except the one person or their family? It's a very good question. I actually did hear somebody bring that up today. That's also been something very interesting about this whole story, is that we, everybody in the world's got, access to phones. Everybody's got a smartphone nowadays. Everybody's got a camera in their pocket, social media. We have not seen anybody on this cruise ship report it. Nobody's pressed that live button. Nobody's posted to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, nothing outside of one person.
I'm reading that the virus is normal in the rodents in that region.
Well, yes, it is something that we've known about before. The Hantavirus has existed. Yeah, there's been predictions. There's been weird prophesizing tweets about the Hantavirus, coming to fruition in 2026. There's a lot going on here with this story, and it makes you think that, okay, maybe it's a conspiracy theorist dream, because now you can really start throwing a theory out there that government's involved. Like, again, why is anybody going to a freaking landfill for, a tour? You know what I mean? Why are they coming in contact with this, Now, if you're going to a landfill, you come into contact with a lot of things, I'm sure, but, like, why is that a destination of choice, again, in the, mountains of Argentina? I don't know. So we'll break it all down.
Antarctica after that.
Wild, right? By the way, 105-89. Knicks up, less than 4 minutes to go. It looks like it's an easy walk for Game 3 win. Wow. Here we go. Here's a video.
Officials now suspect the first victim to contract the virus picked it up in Argentina before getting on that ship. In mid-March, she'd visited a landfill during a bird-watching tour, and officials suspect he contracted it from rodents. He likely infected his wife. There are now a total of 11 suspected cases, including a KLM flight attendant now quarantined with mild symptoms. Officials say she had contact with the first victim's wife, who died a day after the flight. 82 passengers and 6 crew members from that flight now being tracked by the World Health Organization. The WHO says a Swiss man who returned home tested positive for Hantavirus yesterday. He remains hospitalized. Health officials now suspect the first victim to contract the virus picked it up in Argentina before getting on that ship.
I'll let the video play, but without the audio there. So there you go. So I was wrong. I thought the couple, the Dutch man, the 70-year-old Dutch man, solely, as according to this video, that's ABC 7 New York reporting. According to that video, that the 70-year-old Dutchman was traveling to the landfill alone, not with his wife, but later his wife contracted it through him and then also died. So now it's moving around, and what's more interesting about it is, here in the States, is that we're not necessarily being fed the necessary information we should be having, because we're no longer associated with WHO, the World Health Organization. So now they're conducting their own investigation, much like they did, during the pandemic, the whole nine. And meanwhile, we have disassociated from those resources, and it can become a huge issue for us and our response.
For negligence, the way we approach this, or we're just dismissive of it, which is very possible.
Yeah.
Especially after what we went through 4 or 5 years ago.
Right. And
I don't know, man.
It seems like we will be, because it's not only that. It's not only that. Trump has literally gotten rid of widespread jobs that are supposed to be combative towards this type of situation, along with, response for doctors, things like that. I mean, I was just watching a video of ER, doc talking about how they're supposed to receive updates about potential threats, national threats, and now they no longer receive those updates and be, things like that. So
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that.
that seems to be the approach widespread now with this
Don't worry,
administration.
that's what we told you. Don't worry about it. We told you. All right. You keep asking about that.
What's his name? Trump's right hand man, the one that's involved with all this, with all the health and organization. What's his freaking name? The one with the raspy voice. I can't think of his name at the moment.
RFK?
Yeah, RFK. He got rid of the inspectors. A whole organization that deals with this type of thing. On cruise ships. So like
it's just. The guy who had the raccoons balls. He had ripped the raccoons. He said he picks up the roadkill and he took the raccoons balls to like.
I never heard that one.
Yeah, and he said it out his mouth. And he makes some kind of concoction with it for healing. I don't remember, but it was weird. I was like, yo, that motherfucker's a weirdo, bro.
Mooncake says, what are they trying to distract us from? That I am not sure, but when
Maddie said he don't know, but I gotta show Maddie this. I gotta show Maddie.
The best answer is follow the money. Follow the money. Okay, wherever the money is, that's where you should pay attention. It's always the case. Right now, they're making billions off of oil right now, and you could point to the war and shit like that. So, yeah, let's throw in a nice little pandemic real quick, just so we distract you from the whole unnecessary war that we have now involved ourselves in, and has led to billions and billions and billions of dollars, in the oil industry. Dub, you good over there? How you doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
106-91, 2:05 left to go in Game 3. Knicks walking away with it. They will take a 3-0 lead, and it is looking like a potential sweep at the very most. A gentleman's sweep for the New York Knickerbockers. It is a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. I am starting to feel real good about this New York Knicks team. Goddamn.
Every position Trump has given out and job he's given out has been to someone who has no experience in the job he's given them. Whether it's Linda McMahon with the education, or RFK with health duties. There's a bunch of other guys. Everyone he puts in a place that they have no experience on, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Pete Hegseth.
Pete Hegseth. Yeah, Hegseth. Yeah.
He's whatever.
He is just a high school bully. Man. He is.
He's not even a bully. Yo. You punch guys like him in the face. Not a bully.
Yeah.
He does shit behind your back, bro.
Yeah.
He's not doing shit straight up to you, yo. Slap the fuck out of him. Anyway,
look at those gas prices, bro, right there. Look at those gas prices, bro.
That pipsqueak mark, that can't be real.
Oh, that's real.
Where is that?
It's probably Cali, if I have to say. Or let's see where this is.
How much gas in Queens, Long Island?
Oh, this is in London, actually. That's funny. But LA is even worse. LA is like $8, almost $9, I'm sure, in some spots. Out here, Long Island, we're starting to near $5, bro. We're in the mid fours out here. We're in the mid fours. Yeah, mid to high fours, bro. It's bad.
That's what it is down here.
What is it?
About 87, right? The cheap one, right?
What is
That's
it?
what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
87 here is 459.
459. Yeah, that's about where we're. I think ours is like 469, maybe a little bit more. Yeah.
That's Florida, New York. That's big spots right there. They're not $7, but still $5.
I mean, that's a lot, bro. That's still a lot.
Yeah,
because
they don't gotta exaggerate it like that. Jesus Christ.
No, but but unfortunately, no. But like I mean, that's in London. But though I mean, you look in LA. The LA prices are crazy.
They should put an LA one up.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like memes and shit. No,
Well,
not you, man.
this is New York Times, so New York Times always be fucking around.
They should know better.
Yeah.
The real price. The real price is enough to piss me off, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It pisses me off because it was $270 2 months ago.
Right. Well,
was $270 at the
here's the
time.
thing about this is that there's no reason why the prices actually had to go up. It's actually oil companies taking advantage of the war and just raising their prices. It really, there's no reason for it. How about that? You ever consider that? They just do this because they can. Like, it actually has no real effect on the whole oil situation. They have oil reserves. They're good. Everything's all right. Like, it's not like they're all of a sudden scarce for oil and they're just raising the prices because it costs more now. It's all just a distraction and a way for these companies.
And capitalistic, no question.
It is very capitalistic, and because a lot of the people that are in power are in, cahoots with these oil companies.
Yeah.
So it's just a great excuse for them to just do what they need to do, man, and make their billions.
When you know you're being robbed, bro, that is helpless. And there's nothing you could do about it. And that's what's happened to the American people. Before we didn't really we knew
nationwide, apparently.
We are getting robbed.
Not only nationwide, but even on the international level, apparently. So that is it. Dribbling it out. Game 3 comes to an end 108-94, baby. The New York Knicks.
Stranglehold on the Eastern Conference semifinals.
Wow. All right. One more.
Well, what can you say? The Knicks are on, a 6-game winning streak in the playoffs?
Yeah. And was 6? Yeah. Yeah,
never
for sure,
been, the Knicks have never played this well for this long stretch of time in the playoffs that I can remember. There's always some kind of pushback, but right now, them handling the Sixers, once again, Joel Embiid fails to make an Eastern Conference Finals in his long tenured career.
Well, it's not over yet. Let's not get the balloons out, but I hear what you're saying. I know. I mean, listen, you'd have to believe. I mean, if they end up losing this series or even going 6 or 7 and still winning, they don't deserve to win it. In my opinion, you got to close it out.
If they go 6, whatever,
Yeah,
it don't matter.
I mean, that would be bad. That'd be bad to get to that point. You got to finish it off. 5 at most here.
I mean, I'd rather that too, but at the end of the day, you move on to the next. Look at Detroit and Orlando. Detroit moved on, and they moved on, and they look like they're going to move to Cleveland. They look like a different team. Every game has its own identity. Every series does. But I agree with you. You want to close them out.
Yeah.
Sometimes we close out teams too early, and we got to wait, and then you end up coming out. So, however it plays, it plays. But to me, you survive, you advance. And the Knicks are well on their way to doing that.
Nah, listen, it's
the commanding 3-game lead.
Once they took that lead in the second, because I was a little bit worried tonight. Philly went off on that 9-0 run. I just got a bad feeling about it real quick. But it all seemed to have changed. Cat got in that foul trouble early, and it was like, oh, man, Paul George was just doing his thing. It just had them feel that this was going to be Philly's night, no OG for the Knicks. And it's just like, you know what? All right, we can let Game 3 go. We'll come back in Game 4, retool a little bit. That's what I thought this night was going to be. And they just changed the tune in the second quarter. And it was pure dominance from there on out. They regained that lead, or they got that lead, and they didn't look back. The defensive intensity went up, and Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns, Brunson. It was beautiful through and through.
They didn't make a lot of mistakes tonight.
No,
not a lot of overs, and that was holding them back.
Very physical game too. You mentioned that to me. We were talking about it privately. I mean, that's a big time physical game. A friend of mine actually texted me. It was like, man, refs not calling anything early. I like that. I like that. I want to see that, especially after the bullshit that we seen between OKC and LA, which I got to say, that's a whole nother discussion, Dub, because it's getting disgusting to watch OKC. I actually don't even like it anymore. and it takes me a lot to to some degree, I was respecting the flop, but OKC has taken it to another level. And also, side note, what the hell happened to enforcing the flop? When did we all of a sudden stop enforcing this? Would they come out with that rule that they were going to
They don't use
actually?
it no more, right? I don't know.
It like they did it for a while, and then all of a sudden stopped enforcing it.
I don't know.
And now it just seems like it's a part of OKC's game. They are so good defensively. They're one of the most dominant teams, stacked right through and through. And defensively, they're great. But offensively, it's a terrible watch. And it's including SGA. I'm sorry. Like, as good as he is, I mean, there was about 4 or 5 clips from yesterday's game in which he's just flopping, like, egregiously and does not get the call. Is bad.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. As far as they're concerned, that team, the way they at the end of the day, they look like they have dynasty capabilities, like 2, 3 out of 4 type. They can win a lot of championships.
I think it's coming to an end.
You don't think they're gonna win this year?
No, I do not.
Yeah, because the Knicks is on a great run. Why would you want to think that? But they'll be in the finals.
I don't know. Listen, I did pick San Antonio, and as we speak right now, San Antonio's underway against Minnesota. Series tied 1-1. San Antonio already out to a 4-0 lead.
I must say, I say this to myself every year, and I tell everyone else, and I remind myself of it, but I always like to forget it. And I think we all do a little bit. The regular season and the playoffs have nothing to do with each other. Absolutely nothing. And I was thinking to myself why the Spurs could beat the Thunder, and I was like, they beat them in the regular season line. But when you look at, I was looking at, and I think he's a microcosm of it. And I just don't think it's just an individual thing. So I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna go ahead. James Harden, how pedestrian he is in the playoffs, and I was like, why? Is he scared? Is he this? And I'm watching him. But the defense changes in the playoffs. And the way the defense changes is not conducive to his regular season game. That's what he's bringing in there. The shots change, the difficulty of getting the shots change. And Harden was able to get shots in the regular season where guys sag off, guys are chilling.
All right, those same opportunities are not quite there.
Are not there. It's harder.
It's a good point.
And the playoffs, and next year, we're gonna do it again.
Right.
And that shit. And I was watching the Magic, the Pistons. The Magic almost beat the Pistons, but it was like, what the hell's gotten into the Magic? But the game slowed down into what they like, and they almost pulled it off. And even the Pistons, after almost losing the Magic, we were writing them off. But it's a new series, new matchups. But the game changes a lot. And you look at all these scores under 100, under 200 points, right? The two teams where they look like 1999 basketball, 97-83 final. What was the final of the Knicks game tonight?
Let me get it for you real quick. I think it was like 108.
94, yeah.
Yeah, 94 was it? Yeah, let me check.
That's 202 points put together. That's 202 points.
Yeah, 108, 94. Yeah.
I seen some Cleveland-Toronto games. They were both under low 90s. But, the game changes.
Philly was held to 18 in the final fourth quarter.
Yeah. They outscored by 5 late. So, yeah, man, it's just, and we have to realize that this playoff basketball, it's different. It's more intriguing basketball. You watch it. Certain players become better because of their game, because it's not a lot of dribbling no more, bro. It's boom, boom, go, like trying to get to the bucket. There's a lot more point paints. So.
It's a different game, but
totally different game.
We're seeing an interesting shift though. I did come across some stat that only one of the 10 teams that were leading in 3-point attempts during the regular season, only one of those teams are remain in the playoffs.
Remain, right? Because they're playing a lot of half-court basketball now.
And it's not working. The 3-point attempt is not working. I think there was a discussion that we had on here. I don't know if it was with Gino or somebody else a long time ago, man. Like it was like last year almost.
Back on his footage.
Where I remember it though, man. It was a year ago, and it was a heavy conversation about percentages, and it was an argument. I had the argument,
Right, we were talking
saying
about the 3-pointer. Yeah, I remember
3-point versus 2-point, and I was always on the side of the 2-point. And the proof is in the pudding. It's starting to show that it's not actually working. I mean, look what happened in Boston. Live by the 3, die by the 3. It's not a winning formula.
They won a championship playing that way.
It's not, but that's like statistically, I really want to say it's a one-off situation, and I think the league is now shifting its gears because the game is changing, it's evolving, right? So like you're seeing a Knick team that can do both. You look at the amounts of points in the paint, right, for this Knick team. Like they are not
one of the leaders in the playoffs of points in the paint.
Right. Phenomenal. And he's still undersized. It shows you the effectiveness and that you can win at this type of level, with the 2-pointer.
Of course. This is the way the game was made.
Right.
But, the game, like I said, the reason the evolution of the 3 and the Curry era and all that, there's always errors and then it changes. But people as the evolution happens, the defenses change. Then the Wembys come out. It changes everything. I'm sorry. Now the league's going to start getting big men. You're going to have to go get big men now again because of Wemby. And there's other big, and then you're going to start seeing other bigs. Because if you got 6'9" guy, because we had 6'9" centers for about 10 years now.
Right.
This guy's 6'8" playing the 5.
Right.
I seen Kelly Oubre start at the 5 when Drummond and what's his name is hurt. And Embiid is hurt. So that's over. Draymond started at center for a long time. But that's over. Because you have to have that guy on your roster. Especially if you're out west, you're going to play this guy. You have to. You have to adjust to the to the premier players in the league. Especially a freak of nature like Victor Wembanyama. So, I know we're watching the evolution in the NBA again.
Sorry,
motherfuckers want you to shoot the 3. They want you to shoot the 3 so they can get that long rebound. But we got Timberwolves and Spurs, Lakers, Thunder, and we got Cleveland, Detroit, Knicks, Sixers. That's it. We're in the Elite 8 of the NBA, the final 8 teams. Like Maddie said, the Knicks, they can beat you inside the 3-point line from that little 15 to 20-foot area. Bridges excels at that. Bridges, and I have to say, he's been phenomenal because we were killing Bridges. Maddie killed him. I killed him. I took my 5 first-round picks. Maddie made the video. But Bridges, 23 points tonight. He's been excellent, and every time he plays well, the Knicks play well. I really feel like as they go, because Anunoby is OG's OG. He's gonna hold you down, and they held it down tonight for him. He wasn't there. But Josh, he does what he does, consistent. He's good with mistakes because when he makes them, he always does something to fix it or make it up. That's what I like about Josh Hart the most. If he does some dumb shit, he's gonna do 2 good things right afterwards. He knows. Jalen Brunson, the Knicks look great. The Knicks look spectacular,
No, I'm starting to get that feel that this could be actually their year, man. Like, if not now, then and when, and realistically, the only threat now is Detroit.
Yeah.
You get that feel unless you don't think it's gonna be,
Yeah, they're there. Their team's around.
You know what I'm saying? You think Cleveland's gonna, come back in this series? Detroit's up 2-0 already. Game 3 tomorrow, 3:00.
They got to do what the Sixers did not do
Right.
tomorrow. Go win at home, game 3 at home.
Yeah, I don't know.
Same thing with the Lakers.
Maybe they do. Maybe they come back in the series. I'm not sure. You know what? One thing though, you can lock this. LA wins game 3. Easy. Lock
I was about to ask you,
Lock
both of those
that in.
teams,
Yeah.
what's the number on that?
I don't know.
I got it.
I'll check it. But
Oh, it's a big plus 300.
plus 300 for LA?
Yeah.
Oh, you can lock it up, bro. Lock it
Are you
up.
You're gonna get me a
Money line,
outta here.
300?
Yeah, you sure? I'll put the 50. I'll put the $40 on it tomorrow.
Lock
I'm not gonna-
it
I'm not gonna
up,
come here and
bro.
bitch
The
afterwards
word
either.
is out. The word is out after how pissed they got. After how pissed they got. You seen the team surround the refs at the end of that game? Oh my God. LeBron, how pissed he is in postgame. He won't even talk. No.
I know they're pissed about the refs.
I'm just saying, I know. I'm just painting the picture for everybody else out there. You can lock it. One thing's for sure, a couple of calls going to go LA's way regardless.
Spurs up 11-1, by the way.
LeBron. Yeah, I'm watching.
11-1. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
good run start. Yeah, and then they just another rebound, taking the ball up. Dangerous.
In trouble, T-Wolves. T-Wolves running out of gas.
We seen the Knicks go down 9-0 early, though, so who knows? Now T-Wolves with the ball 11-1. So you never know. They come back here, make a run.
But yeah, go back to plus 300. My money now, baby.
Nah, listen, I just have a good feeling, especially with everything that's going on, the controversy with the refs, all that. It's not the reason why LA lost game 1 and game 2.
My boy, confident.
It's not the reason why they lost game 1 and game 2. But it certainly doesn't help their psyche. It just took away all possibility that they could come back in that game. All right. And I'm looking at LeBron and how pissed he is. Everybody, Reeves, the whole night, they are going to come out on fire in game 3. All right.
I'm going to take like $50. I'll put 25 on the spread.
Yeah.
Just in case it goes bad on the money line.
What's the spread?
8.5. World champs minus 8.5.
I guess so. I mean, I like that too. But
I like how your confidence. I like when you're like this. I like that when you're like this.
Every now and then I got one, and I feel good about this. I really do. I really feel good about this one. If I had the money, I would place a bet on it. I'm not going to, though. I'm going to refer. I wish I could, actually. I wish I could. Maybe I'll put a little $5 on it.
You got to get me out of here, Maddie. I'm going to get up out of here.
Old man's got to go to bed.
I got the middle. Guys, I love you guys. I got the wake-up call, 3:30. It's an hour drive. I don't know. I just got to make sure everything's good set here. I'm going to jump in that bed in like a half.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to leave the Spurs and the Timberwolves with the volume down.
All right, man, listen. Go do your thing. I'll close out the show myself. It'll be all right, man. It's
300.
Listen. Lock it in. Lock it in. The OKC's a 67% favorite over LA game 3. I don't want to hear it. LA's gonna win some games in this series. It's not gonna be the only one. They got heart. They're gonna come out on fire. I could easily see them winning this game. I don't know if they
seem like Reeves and LeBron is on the same page right now since Reeves' return.
Well, that's what happens when you run into an OKC team too. But
he was bad against Houston. I want to say for him, but playing the Thunder's not easy either.
No, it's not.
They don't even got their second best player. They don't even need him. They don't care.
I just feel it. I don't think they go down 3-0 here. Obviously bet responsibly, but there you go. A Spurs 14-3. Knicks with a big win.
Yes, sir.
Little Dianna, Russini, Mike Vrabel. That was a big discussion while Dub was here. And that's it, man. Any closing comments for the people for Dub before you get out of here?
Yeah, man. Just keep showing up, guys. We'll be back soon.
All right, Dub. I'll talk to you later, Papa.
Have
a
guys.
good night.
Good night, everybody. I'll see you guys soon.
Get some sleep.
I will. Thanks, Matty B.
And I'll talk to you soon, Pop. Later. All right, David Dubois out of here for the night. All right, again. Big win for the Knickerbockers. Game 3. Oh! I'm telling you, man, I am starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel like this could be. This could be it for this New York Knicks team. I'm starting to get those vibes. I really didn't think they would perform as well as they have in this series. And in the absence of OG, you couldn't ask for a better response tonight, especially when you fall down early. But they quickly respond in the second and virtually dominate. Gotta love it, man. In other news, we'll see if the Mets, local baseball, the New York Mets, it's quite interesting. You look at the Mets and the Yankees just on this rampage and have become the best team in baseball all of a sudden. Put the Dodgers aside. And the biggest part of it all is that, you know, American League, all that, they look weak. Seeming like it's just like the Yankees are gonna walk to a World Series. Meanwhile, the Mets can't buy a win. They seem like they're in September mode. Calling up names I haven't even heard of. It's not a good time, but at least we have the New York Knickerbockers. That's what matters most. Okay. You gotta love the Knickerbockers, man. And what's going on. Big game tonight, big win, and hopefully, you know, if not a sweep, it leads to a gentleman's sweep. They're right there. It's in the mix for it. Other news going on around the world again. A lot of topics up. Breece Hall agreeing to a 3-year, $45 million extension. So he is staying with the Jets. And let me tell you, I gotta say, all of a sudden the Jets are making good moves. I mean, when did this start? You know, with the draft picks they got, with the future draft picks now, with the moves they made, some of the offensive weapons they brought in. I know it's still a question at quarterback, but that they are seemingly setting that up for next year, where they have so many draft picks they could just trade up and get any quarterback they want at this point. I gotta say, pretty good, because I, you know, before today, you could have asked me, is Breece Hall gonna stay, gonna sign? I wouldn't be so sure, you know. Very talented piece. I love Breece Hall. I think we haven't seen his best years yet. And lo and behold, we got, you know, him signing to a 3-year deal, 3-year extension. It's a beautiful thing. More news going on, which is interesting. It's not sports news, but I came across this, and this intrigued me a lot. And if you're a fan of comedy, which I am a huge fan of comedy, Morgan Freeman narrated a trailer for Dave Chappelle and Netflix for a comedy series that will be coming out soon. And I'll play that for you right now.
Netflix's A Joke Fest is happening again. Third time in LA. Beautiful Los Angeles. Bigger, louder, everywhere. On paper, complete. But it's missing something. Or someone. Dave. Yeah. That Dave. My friend, Dave. Dave's pulling up. And now, we got a ball game. Cue the fucking drones.
That is so cool, man. Dave's back! I'm sorry, I gotta geek out a little
Netflix's
bit
A
right
Joke
there.
Fest is happening again.
That's pretty cool.
Third time in LA.
I'll shut it off. Hold on.
Beautiful Los Angeles.
Let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. There you go. Had to geek out a little bit. I love Dave Chappelle. I seen him for hip hop's 50th anniversary at the Garden. Crazy lineup it was at like almost every comedian in the world and musicians galore. I mean, it was insane. There was a whole concert, show concert. It was just wild. And I've been following Dave all the way back from the Dave Chappelle days. So just to see that and hear that, it's just fun, for me, and I can't wait. Anything that he's a part of, I am a huge fan of. Man, you know what? Since I talked about it so heavily, I'll just, show you guys some examples, bring it back. I got so much to talk about, so many things. I'm going to hold some subjects for episode 71 because it's just never ending. Right now, Game 3, San Antonio, Minnesota, 18-10. As the Spurs have the ball. Nothing. All right, I don't want to play. I'm not going to play any audio of that right now. But, oh, no, I don't want to erase my face. Well, let's keep my face right now. This is the situation I wanted to show you. There's so much that happened so far in this series. Where do I even begin? Because, calls that didn't go LeBron's way, SGA with the flopping, Reeves getting heated with the officials. I mean, so much that occurred. Let's play this one. I'll start with the Shea flagrant foul. Okay, because that's a good one. Him getting real physical here. And listen, they're a physical team. Defensively, this is what they do. They're all over the place. They get physical. They're young. They're spry. They're athletic. And, they'll bring it to you.
I also don't think that was a charge.
Down goes Reeves. Gilgeous-Alexander will get the foul.
The Shea right there, locking
So
that
that
elbow.
arm was locked
and
in there.
ending it with a
I also
jab
don't
to the
think that was a
wrist.
charge.
Down goes Reeves. Gilgeous-Alexander
man.
will.
Rather physical from SGA right there. No need for that. And just, I understand Reeves is up on him and getting some space, but that's not a respectable move right there. Reeves had an interaction after the game with the refs, and here was his explanation.
I was respectful to all of them all night. I mean, there's a million times in the past I've said way worse stuff. And when we were doing the whole tip ball, when they was switching spots, I wanted to get on the other side because they had guy on the other side was just trying to keep an advantage. And he turned around and just yelled in my face. I just thought it was disrespectful. At the end of the day, grown men, and I just didn't feel like he needed to yell in my face like that. I told him that, and I wasn't disrespectful. I told him if I did that to him first, I would have gotten attacked. I feel like the only reason I didn't get attacked is because I knew he was in the wrong. So, yeah, I felt disrespected. I felt like I was respectful to all of them all night. I mean, there's...
Totally understandable right there. Listen, I think frustration has settled in. You know, obviously, you know, going down 2-0 in the series, this team is, you know, they got to point the finger somewhere. They're a damn good team going up against the juggernaut. They're not expected to win this series. And when you start to have that feeling that calls not going your way, it becomes an issue. And they're not the only ones. We've seen it with the Suns. It's been a common theme. Anybody that's going up against this OKC team, the physicality seems like it's in terms of the referees calling the physicality seems very one-sided. And you're seeing OKC try to take advantage of that. And they take advantage of that on both sides of the ball. You know, one example, you know, here's you know what? Before I even start showing you the SGA flops, let me show you LeBron not getting the call going his way. And how things have changed this series a little bit. I do have more video about the SGA and Austin Reeves situation, but I'll stick to what I was saying here. So here's a call not going against LeBron and the Lakers.
It's their largest lead. We have 5:40 to go in the fourth. James got a bump from Wallace.
Quick bump.
Will it count or not?
They're saying no, and LeBron James very upset about that.
It on the floor, not on the
LeBron
shot.
wanted continuation. J.J. Redick about to lose his mind.
I don't understand. It's certainly after the gap. I do not understand the reason that would not count.
Thunder have matched their largest lead. We have 5:40 to go in the fourth. James got a bump from Wallace.
Otherwise, any other
Will
day,
it count or not?
They're saying no, and LeBron James very upset about that.
at least
LeBron wanted continuation. J.J. Redick about to lose his mind.
I don't understand. It's certainly after the gap.
And LeBron visibly heated. And J.J. Redick as well. J.J. Redick had some comments about it post-game.
LeBron has the worst whistle of any star player I've ever seen. I mean, I've been with him 2 years now. You know, there's, again, the smaller guys, because they can be theatric, they typically draw more fouls, and the bigger players that are, you know, built like LeBron, it's hard for them. But he gets clobbered, and he got clobbered again tonight a bunch. LeBron has the worst whistle of any star player I've ever seen. I mean, I've been with him 2 years now. You know, there's, again, the smaller guys, because they can be theatric, they typically draw more fouls, and the bigger players that are, you know, built like LeBron, it's hard for them. But he gets clobbered, and he got clobbered again tonight a bunch.
No doubt about that. And, you know, we've seen that with big-time players, you know, big players. Shaq was a big example of that. You know, he took a lot of physicality in the league, and more so because of his size. I think the same goes with LeBron. Because of his size and his stature and his ability, oftentimes I think, you know, believe it or not, somebody undersized, you know, in regards to him is going to get the advantage in terms of a call. SGA is that perfect mid-level, you know, where he has the size and the talent and the athleticism, but he's also not the biggest of them all, and he knows how to utilize his ability. Here's just some examples. And I know I'm running through these videos and all that. I really want to, before I end the show and everything, just get some of these things off because, I've been saving it in the bank. So I'm like, all right, let me run through it for you. But here's some of the examples you're seeing. And what I mentioned earlier in the show is now becoming a bit of an unwatchable game from OKC. When I see a team like the Knicks and what they're doing, it's more fundamental. It's more gritty. This team, offensively at least, defensively, they should be studied. They're phenomenal, through and through. But offensively, it's a bit of a bore. It's not the game that you love. It's not the game that you want to see. It's not the product that you would show me and say and be proud of and like, yeah, this is the NBA. This is what it's about. And these are examples why.
What
the hell is that? Yeah, he does lose the ball a little bit. But it's on his own accord. And just looking for a call. I actually thought there was more examples in this clip. That was only one. I know I had a reel with more. Here is some comments made by SGA and Shea or Chet on OKC's physicality. Usually the more physical team wins. That's probably why we won tonight. They do play a physical game, but sometimes it's a little dirty. These guys, they don't care, man. They're young, they're bold. And, Dubby's right. They're a dynasty in the making. No doubt about it.
The more physical team and the team that imposes their will more just wins. And that's probably why we won tonight. Probably why we won last game. We did a good job, especially in the second half, of really playing our style of basketball, being physical, pressuring them, making things uncomfortable.
I think we did a great job. Being physical, but understanding when and where we can be physical. You can be reckless out there if the goal is just to be physical, but I feel like we did a good job of kind of directing it to where it needed to be.
This time of year is...
There you go. Them being physical. Listen, like I said, W says plus 300 for LA Game 3. You can lock it in. Lock it in. I might even have to throw a little $5 on it, something, just to show you. Because I'm telling you, I feel like everything that transpired in this series so far between these two teams, the meeting with the refs after the game, I just get that feeling that it's going to be a Game 3 victory for LA. Here's more examples. I was trying to find it. This is the clip that I had.
Dort gives it up. He is 0 of 4 from the field. Alexander
runs over Marcus Smart, and somehow the foul is on Smart, even though he's outside
Dort gives
of
it
the
up.
zone.
He is 0 of 4 from the field. Alexander on the move. Kick it out for Dort. Contact.
Not a charging call.
Jumper doesn't go, and a Dort.
One of the many examples that just go SGA's way. And you can, the conspiracy theorists can start to come out and talk all about it. Oh, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged. I can't really make the argument for you or against it. I can't. I mean, at times it seems like it is rigged. I'll tell you what, though. One thing's for sure, we have a game here in the West because Minnesota and San Antonio. Minnesota's found a way to come back into this game. 29-27 with 9:24 left to go in the second. Minnesota was down by double digits early, very early in the first quarter, and have come back strong. And now it's anybody's game in Game 3. So Minnesota looking to take back the series after winning Game 1, losing Game 2. And now looking to win Game 3 at home. Big game, and I like both of these teams for sure. I picked San Antonio to go to the finals. Right now, if you ask me, it's San Antonio versus the Knicks. And I have the Knicks winning it all, and I'm not trying not to be biased on that, but if that's the two matchups for sure. Sadly, I feel like if it's OKC and the Knicks, the Knick fan in me wants to believe we're going to win, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm scared. That scares me. I don't want to think about that. But we'll see. I do think the Spurs, they'll find a way. I don't know if they win tonight. But I think this is going to be a long series, man. Probably a 7-game series between the two teams. You know, hopefully, well, whoever wins, will they be healthy enough? Will they be strong enough? Will they be good enough to beat an OKC team in the next round? Because even though I'm predicting LA to win Game 3 tomorrow against the Spurs, truthfully, I do not see them winning the series, barring any injury, from a big-time player like an SGA or something like that. I just don't see it happening. So, we'll see. A lot of basketball left to be played, but one thing's for sure, man, the New York Knickerbockers solidifying their destiny to an Eastern Conference Finals, just about, at least. And, it starts to really feel real. We are 9 games away from winning an NBA championship. 9. We are single digits. When you break it down in that perspective, it is very, very achievable. And to be that close, truthfully, as a Knicks fan, being the last time that we won an NBA championship being 1973, the Walt Clyde Frazier, New York Knickerbockers, I mean, it makes me want to cry, honestly. It's a real possibility. You gotta enjoy it, because I don't know how, many moments we're gonna have. But let me tell you, I will say this. Mamdani and Hochul better be ready. You might have to hit up Trump or something, because he might have to send in the National Guard. Because if the New York Knicks are headed to an NBA Finals, this city's in trouble. You might have to send in the National Guard. They're going to shut it down in the city, okay? There's going to be pandemonium. They're going to start looting in the streets. People are going to start running naked. I might have to be there for it. I might have to witness it. If they go to an NBA Finals, I might have to find a way to get in that damn building. I don't care how much it's going to cost. At the very least, maybe go outside and enjoy join those crazy bastards and celebrate myself. My God. We are 5 wins away from an NBA Finals appearance and just 9 away from winning it all. Go New York, go New York, go! All right, baby. That's about it for me. I hear my daughter in the background getting a bath, even though it's 10:30 and it's late and she should already be in bed. My other children I put the other Charlie boy to sleep early at night before the show. He should be safe and sound. That's it for me on this Friday night episode. Thank you for joining me. If you're joining me on the live Twitch recorder, I appreciate you. If you're watching in post, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. No YouTube stream tonight, unfortunately, but of course we will have this episode up on YouTube as soon as possible. Sometime tomorrow to be in fact, and I'll have that available for you, and I'll keep you notified on all the socials. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's your boy Matty B, Epis Radio Entertainment. Thank you to my co-host W. Dubois, who left us a little early tonight. He had to wake up early for work and do his thing. He's going to be at Rolling Loud tomorrow. If you're going to be there, enjoy, rave safely, hydrate. Man, I love these Friday night episodes, man. Just had to let that play out a little bit. All right, everybody. It's your boy Matty B, Epis Radio Entertainment. Until next time. Keep showing up.
Wake up! Is every number where it was? Has this dream stopped?
Hope you find some kind of peace of mind.
Spurs regain the lead, 36-33. It's going to be a dogfight. All right, everybody, I love you. Have a good one. Have a beautiful weekend. Join me for the Mental Health with Epis next week. Stay tuned for more Epis Sports Radio on Epis Radio Entertainment. Your boy Matty B. Keep showing up.